Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, and it is Monday the 13th of April. Thanks again for watching. Loads of stories then flying around about it being the warmest spring on record and about how it's going to stay hot until July. You know, the usual nonsense in the newspapers. Some of the broadsheets carrying it as well. I noticed though today, I read an article in the Telegraph that was talking about the warmest spring on record. To be frank, you'd probably expect better of those sort of newspapers, but it shows that they're all in the market together, basically, and they want to make a story out of nothing. And it's the Met Office forecast that they're quoting. The latest output from the Met Office is long-range model. And, you know, I criticise the Met Office when criticism is due, but you have to say that they have to be defended when they are being misquoted, or rather a story is being created around them that isn't quite the story that it first appears. I've got loads of emails through today from people saying, okay then, is it going to be hot now right the way through the rest of the year? Well, let me tell you what's happened. The Met Office have updated their global forecast, which is what they do, their global seasonal forecast, which is what happens every month. And in fact, we show them sometimes here at weatherweb.net. And this is the forecast for May, June and July. This is the forecast of mean temperatures for May, June and July. And it's the probability of temperatures being above normal for the months of May, June and July. And you see here we've got the yellow colours across the far southeast of England, which of course is probably the only place that newspapers have looked. And that shows, look, a probability of 40 to 60% that temperatures will be above average. But because it says temperatures are above average doesn't mean that it's going to be baking your eyeballs out. It means exactly what it says, that temperatures are likely to be above average in that area. Elsewhere, you'll notice the white colours through here, and that means a probability of 20 to 40% that temperatures will be above average in that zone. But it also means a probability of between 40 and of up to 60% that actually temperatures won't be above normal for the time of year. And if we just glance down here, this is the probability of temperatures being near normal, and you notice that there's a greater probability, look across Scotland and down through northeast England, at 40 to 60% of near normal temperatures here. And if we look at below normal, this is the probability for below normal temperatures, and generally we've got probabilities of 20 to 40% across most of the country, although 40 to 60% across Western Ireland. So what the Met Office forecast is actually saying, this is the long range from the Met Office, remember, it's the output from the global model, and basically what it's saying is there is a higher percentage or probability of temperatures being above normal in the far southeast of England than around or below normal. And there's a greater probability across Western Ireland that temperatures will be below normal for the time of year, and for most other areas, temperatures near normal for the time of year. It makes no reference whatsoever to the warmest spring on record. Precipitation, it's a similar story. There's the probability of above normal precipitation rates. And what it says is in those yellow colours, a probability of 40 to 60% that rainfall in those areas will be above normal. Near normal for most areas 20 to 40%, and the probability of below normal precipitation 20 to 40% as well. So for southern parts of England, for parts of Wales, it's telling us that it's more likely to be wetter than normal, although by not a huge amount, 40 to 60% probability of wetter than normal conditions. That's what their forecast says, nothing dramatic there. So how does that compare? Well, this is the CFS forecast for May, June and July, and hey presto, it's virtually the same. Look, temperatures are forecast to be around about normal, apart from in the far northeast, which is interesting again, isn't it? Eastern Scotland, northeast England, look, they're slightly cooler than normal temperatures. Rainfall patterns near normal as far as the CFS is concerned, a little bit wetter the further west that you head. And hardly surprising given that the 700 millibar forecast from the CFS for the period May through to July hints here, look at a trough line through the UK down into the western parts of Europe, but a ridge out towards the east, which hints at times that this easterly flow will be getting in. We're at it, why not take a peek at another one? This is the forecast from the Beijing Met Department, and this is the forecast of mean surface temperature anomalies. And you notice, look, across the UK for the period of May, June and July, near normal temperatures, again agreeing generally with the CFS, a little bit lower than the Met Office, but generally holding around normal, with rainfall totals holding around normal as well, although notice, look, the blue colours hanging down here across the southwest down into the western parts of Portugal, thanks to the proximity of the trough that you can see here, look, on the mean 500 millibar flow with below normal heights. So those are the facts. With the sensationalism removed, it just drives me mad that our profession is hijacked by these people who just write stories based on a few words that they've actually seen in the press release, put two and two together and make sort of 500 degrees Celsius, and that's the story that then goes in the newspaper. And it's misleading, because now all that's going to happen is the public think, oh well, it's going to be a really hot spring, at least up until July, and then when it's not a hot spring, at least up until July, fingers are pointed at the profession as a whole, and we're told, oh well, you got it wrong again, and it damages long-range forecast credibility. So this is the position as it is at the moment, and of course you know that you always get that from weatherweb.net. We always give you the facts as they are, and we update our forecast throughout, and that's why the long range forecast changes, and we try and tell you when the forecast has changed and what the latest ideas are for the various different models. There's no soothsaying, there's no fir cones, there's no seaweed, it's all based on scientific principles, although of course as soon as the newspapers get hold of it and twist it round, it sounds again like some sort of fortune telling. Right, off my soapbox. I'll leave you with that for now. Don't forget to check out Gary's Fast Forecast for a forecast for the next few days. But whatever you're doing, thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining, and bye for now.